Hey guys, and welcome back to my Let's Play of LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga. After that, there's a bit of a delay that this playthrough has been filled with. We have 2 levels left for Attack of the Clones. And of course we begin with the episode's second, as of now, vehicle level. Gunship Cavalry. Now, while I was going through this level in story mode, I did accidentally run into a Minikit, and once you collect that Minikit, that thing is gone unless you leave the level and and don't hit save and exit. Since I'd already finished the level by that point, I decided, screw it, I'm just going to keep going. I can insert the clip later, but it turns out in the vehicle levels, and only in the vehicle levels, I'm pretty sure only in, if not all 3 of them, then just this one. I'm guessing it's all 3 of the LEGO Star Wars 1 vehicle levels. The mini-kit capsules actually do come back. They don't contain any mini-kits, they just contain studs, but they actually do come back. So we can still see where the mini-kit should be after I picked it up the first time through. So we discovered last time we were here, they decided, and this is the level that was, of all of LEGO Star Wars 1's vehicle levels, this is the one that got the most dramatic change. Like, those things where we could just shoot them in LEGO Star Wars 1, it was a 2D-ish side-scroller. We saw mostly the original level, the camera angle had been slightly raised, but we did see it while going through the bonus rooms. So all we had to worry about was shooting these things down, and they added a tow cable to the gunship, which I'm grateful for because I didn't like how there was only the snowspeeder that had a grapple thing in, whatever you want to call it, in Empire Strikes Back. I kind of wish that at least one other vehicle did have it. I get that, you know, the snowspeeder is the only one where we actually see the grapple, but at the same time, you kind of wish that there was just another one. I mean, it's the only one we see, that's not to say it's the only one that has it, right? I mean, we never see this thing have a grapple hook, as far as I'm aware. By the way, the red power brick was just behind that rock. That rock. As we already grabbed it. But in the end, this level, it wasn't very interesting before, and I don't find it very interesting now. Unfortunately, you do also, besides falling down them, is incredibly easy regardless of what version you're playing. Very often the enemies do tend to get in the way of my grapple thing. And sometimes the bomb just likes to not appear. Come, my pet Death Star. Since I got the thing turned on. It now resembles a Death Star. This is what the tow Death... Yeah, like that. They get in the way. Because I got the tow Death Star thing on. The bomb now resembles a mini Death Star. And for the longest time, I couldn't work out what tow Death Star meant. I even thought that it meant trying to grapple the Death Star that appears in the background of levels like the Battle of Endor. I was like, how does this work? It's a 2D image. And that's the only wall that looks like that. It's like a solid gold wall. It's the only wall that looks like that. We do get golden walls in LEGO Star Wars 3 that can only be destroyed by rapidly firing against them, so that it causes it to overheat and explode. They do a lot of really weird stuff like that in LEGO Star Wars 3. There's stuff that requires rapid fire or a laser that's constantly against it. There's stuff that requires big heavy artillery. That's the silver stuff. It's very weird how it's like that, and it, of course, makes those battlefield levels go on forever, and there's already like 1 million of them in the game. No, that's not true. I don't know how many is in the game. There's like 1 for every planet, and there's 2 for every planet, and then some of the story missions have it. It's all very tedious. I won't pretend. I thought about it and I'm like, wait, you know, I've been complaining about people making up the number of plot holes in The Last Jedi all this time, so I may as well not make up the number of battle sections in LEGO Star Wars 3. But there is a lot of them. There is a lot of them. Right, now it's the easy part of the level. Just go around in a circle. Some are by the big spherical base, whatever it's supposed to be. Others are a bit further out, but other than that, they're all ridiculously easy to find. There's 9, there's 10. It's all very easy to find them all. And then really all you gotta do is you just gotta destroy the base. Because you know I'm all about that base. Anyway. And then I just come across the original one just by sheer luck. I just happened to come across it. I love the character stud thing. There he is, it's getting in my way. I love the character stud things. It just makes getting studs so much easier, which is already a lot easier to do in this game. Especially with stuff like that, with a power ball added on. It is glorious! There it is, and see, so the council does look a bit different, it looks smaller, but that's the one that I accidentally destroyed. It's weird how it only happens in these levels. Like, you can't get studs from them in other levels, it's just these levels. And I'm pretty sure it's only the LEGO Star Wars 1 levels, if not just this one. I don't know, I didn't go back to Mos Espa Pod Race, I don't plan on going back to Battle over Coruscant when it's done. And the only reason I would ever be going back to those levels is to do the challenge mode. Because when you've played a level 3 times, 4 times even, because I've still got to do the super stories, you have enough. You've had enough of the game. You've had enough of the level. I can only play through it so many times. This game isn't as fun as Sonic Heroes to me. I can play Sonic Heroes 9 times perfectly fine. At the very least, each time I still get to have a slightly different experience, whereas this, I can either collect everything, or I don't collect everything. I can do it quickly, or I can do it slowly. You got free play mode. That's it. You got story mode and free play mode. Then you got to do another version of free play mode. Then you got to do another. Then you got to do the exact same story mode. Only you got to blaze through it this time. This game is very repetitive. Exploding blaster bolts. One of the most annoying and pointless of all of the extra stuff you can get. It makes your the blasters you fire explosive, which means that if you're in the radius of said explosion, which is very likely to happen when you're taking out enemies, you're going to die as well. So if you don't have a score multiplier on or the invincibility on, you're losing those studs that you've just gathered. I don't know why they decided to make it a thing. I mean, it could be useful for long-range combat, but a lot of it is going to be close-range combat, so it's not particularly useful. Because you're just going to die, and if you don't have anything that stops it, you're going to lose all of your studs. Well, you're going to lose a lot of your studs. It probably will be all of them, given how many times you're going to blow up. Alright, we're nearly at 100. This last level should do it. That'll get us to 100 studs. And because, as usual, I didn't notice a change in position of one of the Minikits, I did have to do this level again. So it's like they didn't come up with new... You think the new locations would be where the power bricks are, but they're not. They're where the Minikits... I mean, in the end it makes no difference, but you'd think that would be where the power bricks would be located rather than swapping it round with a Minikit that's already been there. It turns out that practicing with LEGO Star Wars 1 was not a good idea. I mainly did it so I could show off some of the stuff that LEGO Star Wars 1 has exclusive to it, mainly the hub world. The tiny Dexter Diner hub world. Same with 2. But it may not have... I also wanted to use it as practice for the Minikit runs. I mean, it didn't help with the power bricks here, but that was expected. They're only here. But they changed around so many of the Minikits. And I know LEGO Star Wars 2's levels do that as well, but not to the same extent. And when it's just making use of characters' new abilities, okay, they may have something that I could get in story mode before that I can't do now. But actually changing the locations is a really weird one to do, especially when you'd think that it would just be where the power brick would be. But Count Dooku is, I mean, it's the smallest level in the entire game, so it should come at no surprise that all of the Minikits are in very close proximity to each other, by which I mean right above each other. This won't be the only time we're going to be seeing stuff like this. We have already seen it a few times as well, but they are literally right next to each other, and yet characters have this really horrible tendency of sliding off the buttons again. I don't know why they started doing that. What I mean is, there's one there, and then there's one there. The imagination levels weren't very high in this level. They just needed to find a place to put all 10 of them. Yeah, and for some reason, Count Dooku decided to leave the switch a lot earlier there. And then he decided to do it again there, and I don't know why he I don't know why he decided to do that. Got very annoying. Okay, I can't tell if that's a dog outside, but it sounds like a submarine's radar. We can now use dogs to locate submarines underwater. Or planes coming down. Is that actually what? Was that the radar they used in World War II? The Battle of Britain was saved by dogs. The Battle of Britain was won by dogs, I should say. Actually, now that I think about it, aren't we called the British Bulldogs? I don't know, my history isn't particularly good. My prehistory is better than my history. As I think I made kind of clear during my Operation Genesis mission mode run. Right, so this is the kind of annoying part where Count Dooku does chase you around when you're not in your ghost form, but he's otherwise pathetic because he never comes after you. Unfortunately, he'll only come after me, and yet he likes to get in the way of your thermal detonators, but it did damage him. It blew me up, but only took 1 damage on him by the power of being an AI character. So this is the new Minikit. You got to get up on top of his, whatever it's called. I don't know the name of this thing. When you view the Minikits in the hub world, you can see the names, but I don't know what this thing is called right now. So that's where our new Minikit is located, and this one is... So now we got some of the more annoying ones, because depth perception isn't particularly helpful when climbing that thing, or when trying to get onto this platform, or trying to destroy this thing. Or trying to get over to the Minikit. Like that. Depth perception is your enemy. And then our final one, once I work out where I am, that's 10 out of 10, it's not our final one, our power brick is the one that's been located. It used to be a Minikit, now it's a power brick. And yeah, I do that frequently throughout the levels. You know, I pause just to make sure that I have got the right Minikit count, so I know where I am, I know I haven't missed one, or I know that I have missed one and I have to start again. Because again, we're not going to be getting the Minikit detector until Betrayal over Bespin. So we're not going to be getting the Minikit detector until we've finished Empire Strikes Back. So by that point, we're going to be using it for 6 levels. That's all we're going to be using it for. We're going to make good use of the power brick detector, but not the Minikit detector. And now I just play the level like normal. So I do have to switch characters around to make sure that Count Dooku actually throws things at me, uses his electrical attacks, stuff like that, assuming that I can actually catch whatever it is he's throwing at me, which sometimes the game likes to not do. You know, he'll throw it, I try and catch it, but nothing happens. It's not just Count Dooku this happens, I find it happens quite a lot in Cloud City Trap as well. That has one of the most bizarre location changes when it comes to collectibles. It's just a mini kit. You can shoot Count Dooku now. This makes this no problem. You could probably do this to the Emperor as well. Like they moved the power brick a few meters away from its original location. It's such a strange idea. And this is where I proceed to just keep attacking Count Dooku. And nope. We'll get there eventually. Only jump attacks were working for some reason. Like we saw that he fell over, but it didn't do any damage. Right, force pull. You know that pushing thing I've been using on battle droids and the like? It's the exact same thing, only you pull them towards you this time. And it's not like you can pull them towards you and then slice them with your lightsaber. That would be cool. But no, it's just the force push, only you pull them towards you this time. Other than that, it has the exact same effect. So again, it's not one I bother with. Because force push is just better, because you can push enemies off of ledges and the like. You know, it has to be a bottomless pit, but still. 100! We're there! 100 gold bricks. We are gradually getting there. We've still got another 60, and challenge mode doesn't give you any gold bricks. But still, we are almost there. No, we're not really. We're not almost there. We're only at Attack of the Clones. We finished Attack of the Clones, but we're only at Attack of the Clones. We've still got 4 more episodes to do. And I'm going to be doing the super story off screen simply because of how long it... Firstly, I don't think I could commentate over the over the story mode again. But also because uploading and exporting takes forever. It's going to take like all night for a video like that to upload, especially Return of the Jedi. That's the longest and most difficult. Right, we also got a few true Jedis to get in Revenge of the Sith, but by the power of the multiplier, that will happen in seconds. Be a Defense of Kashyyyk, Ruin of the Jedi, Battle over Coruscant. No, I'm looking at the challenge mode. I've got all of them to do. There was 2 left. One was Battle over Coruscant, one was something else. So, I will see you guys next time with Revenge of the Sith.